Introducing the all-new Corolla.
The Attorney General's office agrees the law should be followed exactly as written. In the amicus brief filed last Friday by Assistant AG Shannon Titano, the AG provides a lengthy argument as to why the governor's office should be mandated to follow the Tax Efficient Payment Trust Fund Act of 2002. But it all falls on the Supreme Court to decide. Before making any arguments, Titano notes that 3 requirements must first be met before the Supreme Court can issue a declaratory judgment. First, the issue must be a matter of great public importance, which the AG agrees it is. Second, the resolution of the issue cannot be made through the normal process of law because it could cause delays, which the AG believes is not the case. And third, the issue must be appropriate for review. The AG in this case agrees this tax refund suit does warrant review. It appears that not all jurisdictional requirements have been met for this declaratory relief action, writes Titano, because there are no dire circumstances to resolve that could not be addressed through the normal process of law, and therefore the matter may not be ripe for consideration. In other words, Titano recognizes that the governor has been paying tax refunds in a timely manner, but she also notes that the governor is required to because of a permanent injunction issued by the federal courts that all refunds must be paid within 6 months of filing. The Supreme Court, after all, may decline to exercise its jurisdiction, she says. However, if the court agrees that all jurisdictional requirements are met in the case, the AG's office backs the legislature's argument that the governor can only use a tax refund trust account for paying tax refunds and not for any other purpose. Led by Senator Ben Pangilinan, who has been a strong critic of how the Calvo administration handles tax refund monies, the suit was filed by the legislature after the senator discovered that funds were withdrawn from the refund trust account and transferred into the general fund. The governor's office has vehemently denied mishandling of government funds, arguing that the withdrawal Senator Pangilinan speaks of was money the trust account actually owed to the general fund because the governor, for a time, was paying tax refunds out of the general fund. Still, the legislature and now the AG's office says the law is clear and, more importantly, organic, meaning he cannot just, quote, decide that the objective of law is unwise and therefore make no effort to accomplish the objectives, and that the governor is obligated to execute the law. He's not free to circumvent the process by withholding funds or otherwise fail to execute the law based on his views.